Hello and welcome back to the A.M.I.R YouTube channel. Today is October 31st, 2025, and today's question, can Israel be trusted? Another ceasefire has been broken and reinitiated once again. Israel has been accused of violating ceasefires repeatedly for many decades. In the context of recent conflicts within Gaza, human rights groups and the United Nations have documented numerous ceasefire violations by Israel. Al Jazeera posted the number of Palestinians killed since the ceasefire from October 12, 2025 to October 29, 2025. In the latest airstrikes this past week, Israel killed 104 more civilians on the evening of October 28th and 29th. Israel cited that there was an attack that killed one Israeli soldier days prior, and used this and other accusations of Hamas delaying the return of hostage remains as reasons for its renewed airstrikes that killed those 104 civilians.
Israel launched major airstrikes on Gaza beginning Tuesday night, killing at least 104 people, including at least 35 children, about a third of the dead, in the most lethal attack since a U.S.-brokered ceasefire began on October 10th. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered what he called powerful strikes, unquote, on Gaza, after Israeli officials accused Hamas of killing an Israeli soldier in Rafah. Hamas denied involvement in the soldier's death. President Trump defended Israel's attacks while also saying nothing's going to jeopardize the ceasefire. One victim of the Israeli attacks was the Palestinian journalist Mohammed al-Munirwawi, who was killed when Israel struck the tent where he and his wife were sheltering. By one count, Israel's killed over 250 journalists in Gaza since October 7, 2023. In Gaza City, residents describe being pulled out of the rubble after Israel struck their home.
The United Nations has documented countless of other Israeli ceasefires that have been broken over the decades, and many people in the West ask the question, why are Palestinians hesitant towards peace talks with Israel? One reason can be the recent attacks on Doha and Qatar on September 9th of this year, where peace talks with Qatari mediators and Hamas leadership was arranged to discuss permanent ceasefire.
Israel strikes in Qatar just before 4 p.m. Qatar time, 2 p.m. here in London. Explosions were heard in the Qatari capital, Doha. Shortly after, Israel confirmed it had struck inside Qatar itself, targeting senior Hamas leadership, said to be discussing ceasefire negotiations. Benjamin Netanyahu's office posted on X that Israel took full responsibility for the attack. Today's action, it said, against the top terrorist chieftains of Hamas was a wholly independent Israeli operation. Israel initiated it, Israel conducted it, and Israel takes full responsibility. But it quickly became clear that Donald Trump had prior knowledge of the attack. Israeli media said he green-lit the strike. The White House has confirmed to the BBC that it had been notified beforehand. Qatar, well, they have described the strike as a blatant violation of international law. The UN chief, Antonio Guterres, said it was a flagrant violation of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Qatar.
Palestinians have attempted to resist the Israeli occupation since 1948, and many peace agreements have been attempted due to the illegal incursion of Israel on Palestinian land until this day. In 1970, Palestinian author and activist Ghassan Kanafani was interviewed regarding the hesitation of Palestinians having peace talks with the Israeli occupiers.
It does seem that the civil war, has been quite fruitless.
It's not a civil war. It's a people defending themselves against a fascist government, which you are defending. It's not a civil war.
Well, the conflict...
It's not a conflict. It's a liberation movement fighting for justice.
Well, whatever it might be best called...
It's not whatever, because this is where the problems start. This is a people who is discriminated, is fighting for his rights. This is a story.
Why won't your organization engage in peace talks with the Israelis?
You don't mean exactly peace talks. You mean capitulation, surrendering.
Why not just talk?
Talk to whom?
Talk to the Israeli leaders.
That's kind of conversation between the sword and the neck, you mean?
Well, if there were no swords and no guns in the room, you could still talk.
No, I had never seen any talk between a colonialist case and a national liberation movement.
But despite this, why not talk?
Talk about what?
Talk about the possibility of not fighting.
Not fighting for what?
Not fighting at all, no matter what for.
Yeah, and people usually fight for something and they stop fighting for something. So you can't tell me even why should we speak about what?
Well, stop fighting.
For what? Or talk about stop fighting, why?
Talk to stop fighting, to stop the death and the misery, the destruction, the pain.
The misery and the destruction and the pain and the death of whom?
Of Palestinians, of Israelis, of Arabs.
Of the Palestinian people who are uprooted, thrown in the camps, living in starvation, killed for 20 years, and forbidden to use even the name Palestinians.
They're better that way than dead, though.
Maybe to you, but to us, it's not. To us, to liberate our country, to have dignity, to have respect, to have our mere human rights, is something as essential as life itself.
Sadly, Qasem Kanafani was assassinated by the Israeli Mossad on July 8, 1972, by a car bomb, killing him and his 17-year-old niece. Now the question is, can this latest peace agreement hold that was brokered by the United States? Will Israel again find false flags to break the existing ceasefire? Will more innocent civilians, women and children, continue to be murdered? Only time will tell. I have added all the links from this video in the description below so that you may go to these YouTube channels and watch their original content. Thank you for taking time to watch, and please subscribe to this channel and share it with others in order to get the latest uploads on the geopolitical landscape that our mainstream media chooses not to cover. See you next time, and thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.